how the respective teams are doing over on the other side in the console version of this, and England really struggling, it's got to be said. I believe they're yet to score. They got that 1 point against France, and from there it's just gone down for them.
It was a great start, wasn't it? It was certainly the heavy underdogs against France, and made away the surge. Now, they're on again here, India. They just opened up the attack. England's defense nowhere to be seen. Another pass across, perhaps didn't need it, but he's intercepted. And this 2-0.
If in doubt, get it out. Get rid of that ball. When Singh's chasing you, you don't want to be playing about with it in front of your own net, CJ. I feel like, I would say a confused Englishman right now, but I'm used to this feeling. I'm an Ipswich fan. This is how it felt for me 24 hours ago.
And he's absolutely loving it. You can see the disappointment from Jonas on the player cams. He's shaking his head. Not happy with how it's the worst case scenario here for England. Need to remind everyone as well, we do have a few extra 3 other matches going on here in Group A, the mobile FIFA E-World Cup for eFootball. Just make sure you check those out, FIFA.gg. Looks like we do have Korea Republic and Japan kicking it off there as well.
India on the attack again. It's Samad, was almost in. Kyle Walker has to do some sweeping up. And now Jude Bellingham's yet to get into the game. Singh launches another one forward to another Singh. Raheem Ali. He's got Brandon Fernandez up there. That was almost there. Alexander-Arnold can go short. And the English player is trying to find these small passes. Quick flits between the players in the centre. Not quite working for him, but at least they've got their foot on the ball and they're able to have some control of the game right now.
Yeah, a bit of a time in attacking half here for England, which will do Jonas a world of good as here is Kyle Walker down the right wing. And again, there's the interception. The defense from England, from India, should I say. And how quickly are they on the attack? Ali looking for a through ball, perhaps. Finds across the Singh. First goal scorer of this game. Does he get a chance? He's looking for the pass. He's going to take his time. He's opening it up. But there is Jude Bellingham getting back. Unusual for him to be back in the defense.
Well, that's not where England want him, but that's a lovely ball there from Jared Byrne. Ollie Watkins maybe is through. He's got the goal on his sights. Takes one touch, tries to feed Phil Foden, who gets the tackle. Could be a chance. But Gurpreet Singh was at his feet quickly, and it remains 2-0.
Well, that was a great chance there for England to perhaps get one back. Still 2-0. Raheem Ali over to Fernandez, back to Ali. England looking to intercept. There's Bellingham again, doing work defensive half. Declan Rice now. England, can they launch something? No, it's just the ball that wasn't quite on there at all.
Yeah, trying to force the issue maybe England. There's still plenty of time, only 42 minutes into this one. More than capable of scoring a couple of goals in that time. 3 that would be disastrous. Kyle Walker gets the tackle and referee. That's got to be said. Pretty soft in my opinion.
Yeah, Walker's not too happy with that. Thought he got all ball. Thought he might have got all ball there, but the ref had other ideas. Look at the chance here just on the edge of the box. Let's see what Fernandez can do. He's actually going to go the close pass. There's a shot and it's in!
A well-worked free kick from Denial. Had one thought in his mind. I thought it would be shoot. Instead, it was pass. And the England defence collapsed around him. That hit there, one-touch wonder into the back of the net. It's the start that dreams are made of for Denial and India. Of course, mobile games, it's got to be said, huge in Asian territories.
Massive. So. Absolutely massive. I mean, that chance, though, you'd have to think the keeper was blindsided a touch. I mean, it didn't have much power, but the placement was enough. Bottom left corner. 3-0 to India as we're approaching half-time. So a bit shorter format, bit shorter length than the console version of eFootball, as he's seeing. I mean, if they get another one, it'd just be massive trouble for England. Do they get one more chance? That's a great pass. Intercepted, and it will be 3-0 at the main break.
Denial turns to his team, and he soaks up some applause. Well worked, well earned. Jonas, who is there with the rest of the England team, who, as you mentioned, aren't doing too well so far, worse than they would hope that they would be doing. There's a few changes come in, some minor tweaks, I'm sure, from Denial, maybe some bigger changes from Jonas. And he's looking confused. It all started off 10 minutes in game, and they were already 1-0 down, and from there, I mean, there's been 1 or 2 half chances for England, but Harry Kane isn't, actually Harry Kane's not even playing, that's why he's not been involved. That's a great reason not to be involved if you're not playing, if you ask me. That's fair enough, Harry. My bad.
Yeah, we'll cut him a little bit this one there. I think.
Just this once. I'm so used to moaning about Harry Kane. That's my profession.
It was
as
an automatic reaction.
Yeah, it's like Harry Kane's not done much, is he? No, I guess not.
Anytime England are losing, where is Harry Kane? What is he doing?
He?
As you said, though, there are a couple of other matches going on. Korea Republic. Looks like that's going to be 0-0 over there against Japan. Spain, Indonesia. Looks like it is 1-0 to Indonesia. Make sure you check these other matches out as well. As a reminder, over on FIFA.gg, you can find all of the action here in Group A for the eFootball here at the FIFA E-World Cup. But on the main featured match, still 3-0.
Let's take a quick look at how Korea-Japan is getting on over here, and that one 62 minutes in, and still 0-0 there. So some tighter games elsewhere. Takahiro is through, but that one's saved well by Japan. And we'll go back. See Spain, Indonesia.
Quick look here. As we do head back into our featured match here, and well, will things get uglier for England? We mentioned that his poor start in the console edition. Oh, well, a great start in the first game just to get that draw against France, but sitting not too pretty in that group. Here in the mobile, they are 3-0 down. Stones trying to get some possession, perhaps just trying to warm up here is Giannis. Kyle Walker now finds Ollie Watkins to Bellingham. Switches it across. Maybe a chance. Nice patience. Here is Trent. Throws it inside. Bellingham tries to turn over to Bowen. Fires. Good save. Ollie Watkins with the follow. Keeping it in, but there is the Indian defence. Standing tall.
Yeah, much better attacking there from England. Just a sight of goal, couldn't quite get the finish away that he needed. Look at the English team. And this thing is in for another one. It's a nice pass to Bandita, not quite there. And you may be able to hear behind us, there's been a huge goal elsewhere for Japan. They take the lead against Korea Republic, and where the Japanese console players are struggling, mobile players not so much. Here's Manvis Singh, though, he's through. One more shot, it could be 4, could be game over. It is game over! No way back now, despite the better half to the second. India will take this one.
And that's a hat-trick for Singh. Complete and utter dominance here from India in their opening match of the Group A, should I say. As we do take a look at the replay, this is the Japan goal against Korea. You can just see the build-up. Oh, look at the patience, the quick passes on the edge of the box. That's a fantastic finish. Really good signs early for Japan.
I mean, Denial is pointing at something over in front of him. I wonder what that is as he's watching this goal replay come in one more time. A lovely
He's probably just checking out the other games, as each of these players here, we do have 4 matches going on at once, but all in the same arena here in Riyadh. They can look across to each other and perhaps, I don't know, intimidate.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've seen it in the Rocket League as well. When you are scoring, you are celebrating, and as these groups go on and certain players are hoping that other players win or lose, hearing the player that you want to hear lose cheer because they've just scored a goal, a huge mental statement, you know, showing that you are in complete control of your situation, like daring the other players to look, see what's happened. And it must be a curiosity. You know, you're thinking, how's this guy getting on? How's that guy getting on? I hope they're losing. Especially with all this national pride and national rivalry. You know, I'm sure when Argentinian players are playing, for example, they're hoping the Brazilians lose, if I know my football.
With 2 tournaments going on as well, obviously the console and mobile version. I mean, there's just more than that, you know that the console guys will be cheering on their mobile counterparts of their respective nations. As we are back into this one, still 4-0, and it's really trouble now with 20 minutes left. England yet to start their account on the scoreboard. Declan Rice throws it across, but I mean, just look at this midfield. India absolutely dominant in this department. There's another through ball.
Oh, lovely.
They are just well and truly in now. Another pass across. Maybe a finish. First time would have been nice, but intercepted.
And Veer Singh, who's been the real thorn on England's side, almost gets another, does get another. You can't be any more accurate than that. And this is a rout. 4 goals, Manveer Singh.
He's been their key man ever since the first 5 minutes of the game when he opened up the scoring. Denial with the perfect possible start for Team India here at the FIFA World Cup.
He looks like chill as well, Denial. He's just sitting there. He's not really celebrating. This is business as usual for him.
Giannis just has had no answer this game at all. And we're getting some action elsewhere. This might be a late equaliser, actually, for Korea. Can we check that one out?
Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to have a little look at that one as England play in the centre. They're 5-0 down. They love a consolation goal. Goal difference might be a key factor here. The ball's back to Declan Rice. It's through to Eze. Back to Bowen. Phil Foden was hoping his teammate would shoot there. He opted instead to pass, and now suddenly we have an Indian counter. Colacho with the ball, he was through. But let's take a look at this. Korea 0, Japan 1.
And look
as
at
it
the time.
stands until Hee-chan. That was Hwang actually. Put that one into the bottom corner, and I think India has scored again. And
that was in the 94th minute. They tied it up, their Korea. That's why they were so animated here in the arena. It's a huge point. You know how important, how crucial they can be. But, I mean, look at India. This has just been... I mean, this is a statement right now. If you're looking at who's going to set themselves apart as some of our favourites in the mobile edition of the eFootball FIFA E-World Cup. And that's just too easy. Edge of the box. I mean, the finishing from India has been superb.
Yeah, Denial has been toying with Giannis. 6-0. An absolute thrashing here to open the group stages here for England. This is going to be tough for the, I guess, the one lion sat there. And it's a lonely place, mobile. You know, you're there in the console. At least you've got your mate next to you and you can turn to them. You can blame them. But on mobile, there's nobody that Giannis can blame. Apart from maybe Harry Kane.
As we all should, I guess. Maybe not myself, but the English at least. The Singh now goes again. Don't tell me he can get 7 approaching the 90th minute. Pandita.
I think he can.
Flicks it across. Look at the patience from India. Perhaps another intercept around the edge of the box. I mean, they're just doing as they please. And there's another shot. And there is the 7th goal for India.
Wow. Wow. I mean, I do not know what to say at this point. A complete mismatch between these two players. India, their shot selection has been perfect. Accurate bullets into the bottom corner, one after another. Giannis has had no answer at all. When India pass the ball around the England box, you just know they're going to strike at the right time. And that's what's happened time after time.
When you look at the other matches in round 1 as well, this is clearly the most one-sided affair we've had. 6, 7 goals now. It's Korea Republic and Japan finished up 1-1. Indonesia able to take that win over Spain, and still awaiting this.
I mean, normally you'd want the consolation, but when the consolation makes it so that you get Brazil, you don't really, you know, would you rather lose 7-1 or 7-0? 7-1 is such a magical scoreline in its own right, you know?
Ugh. Unless you are Brazil, but actually does look like this Spain-Indonesia game still going on. We've also got Brazil-Costa Rica at 0-0. A couple of games left, but what a strong start. India, that was dominant. That's a statement. He's sending a message to the rest of the competition here at the FIFA E-World Cup.
And that'll be seen as well. The rest of these players, they will see that scoreline and they'll go, ooh. And that's the biggie. That is a big boy. 7 goals. 4 in the first half, 3 in the second. So it's not like there was a period of the game where England lost it. It was just
he just put the foot down from the get-go.
Brutality from beginning to end.
He
and veracity, as you can see, is with Denial. What did he make of that veracity?
Well, Daniel, talk to me, because a 7-0 victory for you, considering the fact that India in our console tournament had lost every single one of their games. What does it mean to you now being able to walk away with such a dominant victory in your opening match?
Of course, I didn't expect this start, especially against England, one of the tough teams in the group, I believe. And after the disappointing results in console, there was more pressure on me to deliver for India. So yeah, it's a nice start, yeah, feels amazing.
And how do you think it was that you were able to find so much momentum and absolutely dominate England on the pitch?
Even I can't believe I got so much space to play, and yeah, didn't believe at all. 7-0. I still can't believe it.
Still can't believe it. Still in shock. Well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and let you settle in with some of that shock still. Best of luck for your next game. Let's go ahead and check in with some more games, though.
Back in now. Just finishing up Indonesia taking on Spain. Still 1-0. To Indonesia. So we are approaching the end of this match. This will be the end of the first round as well. Let's see what Spain can do in the last 5 minutes, plus stoppage time. So might get a chance to attack. Moving the ball forward now. flicks it in, but can see, you think Indonesia looking to hold on to this 1-0 lead. That's all they need to do.
Yeah, and Spain have been running okay over in the console side of things, but Indonesia have been the far and away leaders, so one would assume that in the mobile they are just as dominant. Massive e-footballing nation over in Indonesia. As 90 minutes comes and goes without too much more to speak about, an Indonesia claim what looks like a nervy win, and I was wondering what that reaction was for a second. I wondered if it was emotions, but no, it's more job well done. Take a few seconds just for myself. Yeah. Spanish player has to just relax for a bit.
Pretty happy with that one. Secure the 3 points. All you can do is get the job done, get the win. 1-0 to Indonesia. We also had Korea Republic 1-1 with Japan. We witnessed the India match as well. As you can look a little bit at the standings, India actually the only nation, well, with Indonesia now to get the win. As we do throw back to the desk to get their thoughts.
I feel like there's no words to really talk about what we saw from the Three Lions there. So unfortunate starting their campaign with a 7-0 loss over what we've been calling an emerging market in the form of India. As we just jump into the highlights now, I'm going to say low lights, unfortunately, for England, having to watch 7 past them again now.
I mean, you even heard Denial sort of say that. I can't believe I had so much room. So kind of just showing the levels here, wasn't it? I mean, really fantastic performance. The 7th goal was absolutely outstanding. We are keeping an eye out for the best goals of the tournament. There's one that has a shout for number 1 pretty much immediately. Fantastic work from India there. A really, really good performance. But across the board on the other games, super, super close.
Yeah, exactly. All the games were pretty much really close. 2 wins, obviously that was India and Indonesia, and then 2 draws as well. Korea, Republic, Japan, and then Costa Rica, Brazil. Ended in a stalemate as we just watched the celebrations there from Team India. Not really... well, as Japan as well, very much excited about what they managed to achieve there. Japan, though, only a point in the end for Japan, as we see 1-1 over Korea Republic. Spain, like we just saw, they lost 1-0 to Indonesia, 7-0. Need I remind England fans, India took the win over England, and Costa Rica, Brazil, 0-0 in the end there. One more thought on the England matchup. I'm looking at it in terms of how are the other teams now looking at England when they've just seen 7 goals be shipped past them? Is that now on the list of England beat?
Well, France probably thought that on the console
Yeah, true.
Earlier today. But the difference we just saw is a purpose-built India representative, a team that has come here with the intent on challenging on both fronts, versus an England outfit that, for lack of any other words or reasons, has struggled for numbers. So that's the levels. There are levels to it. Chris, you said it while we were watching the game. There's levels to this, and for Giannis, I mean, I don't blame him, but mobile is so cutthroat. We've just seen it there, where you have a professional player that knows exactly how the game works inside and out, and a console player that's being made to play mobile. That's how that's where the levels are. There's a big gap.
In your expert opinion, then, what was really lacking from an England
For me? Sorry.
thing?
God.
I'm going to ask you.
Alexander.
I'm going to put it on both of you.
Oh, okay.
Because it looked like whenever Giannis got the ball, didn't really know where he should pass it to.
Well, I think as Denial said, he just had so much room in the attack. There wasn't much closing down, but it's something we kind of touched on at the top of the show. Defending in eFootball, it is tough. It's very, very tough. It's not the most simplistic thing to be able to do. There is a skill level to this game. There absolutely is. So that was really the issue. Because I mean, to be fair to Giannis, we've seen him move forward, and there was a couple of opportunities where he nearly did get something going, but for the most part, it was the defensive work. I mean, that's really great analysis from me. He lost 7-0, but you've seen how much room he had.
Was it the skill of India then? Was it the skill, what you saw? And do you think you'll see that going forward into the next matches?
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
it's as simple as that. India are one of the top nations in eFootball mobile, and they've just proven it.
Well, let's turn our attention then to our next feature.
matchup then. We've got Brazil. Korea Republic is our next featured matchup. As we can see, the Brazilians just getting ready here after a stalemate in their first matchup. 0-0 versus Costa Rica there. And the Korea Republic, well, 1-1 as well.
For Brazil, that's it's a lot of pressure. You have the former world champion who is not here. Brazil, you're now represented by somebody else.
Right,
Let's see how he
reigning
does in
world
these games.
champion.
Reigning. Right, close enough.
Reigning current, let's say it's the same thing, but yes, big boots to fill for that man representing a nation who has had success on that very console earlier on this year on the mobile side of things. Well, we said these are going to be played very quickly on the mobile kind of things, and the next matchup is coming right now. Round 2 is about to get underway, and it is a feature matchup. Brazil taking on the Korea Republic as they just go into their final preparations before this one. Just maybe talking to himself, getting himself mentally prepared, and they have a lot of different tactics on how to get themselves prepared. So we jump back over to CJ and Cole for this one.
Round number 2 is upon us here at the FIFA E-World Cup featuring eFootball. This is the mobile edition, and both sides here, Brazil and the Korea Republic, kicked off round 1 with a draw. Both sides on just the 1 point, Cole.
Yeah, well, we've already seen that 1 point is certainly better than none, and it was a tough opening for a fellow Englishman earlier on. So DK and PV, the two of these guys will be at least relieved that it didn't go that way. And I do think these players, I mean, you've been a professional esports player in your time. You look around at other results, right? You do see them coming in and go, oh, wow, how did that happen?
Yeah, you certainly are taking a look, even what we just witnessed previously in the Rocket League. All the players, all the nations are constantly looking at the table to work out just how many points they need, where they sit, because top 4 is all important to get into that playoffs with these groups of 8 here in the mobile edition. We're going to get an early pause just to adjust the team management, the strategy real quick.
I mean, Brazil's ready. PV is saying, come on, let's go with this.
Let's get in here.
But DK is taking his time, as he has every right to do. Pause comes to an end. So some early tweaks, 3 minutes in. I wonder if the Korean Republic player forgot to make any changes and now suddenly has to. When you're up against players such as Neymar, such as Kuna, and you do know that you have some tweaks to make. Everything has to be perfect. The tactics have to be all there. You know, go into general gameplay. Oh, Kisoni shoots, it's saved there. Danilo more than happy just to put his foot on this ball, slow it down, and get it away towards Richarlison. Arthur is there. More into the middle, it's Korea who get the ball again. Korea Republic, after getting that late equaliser in their first matchup, will be feeling top of the world right now.
Yeah, you'd have to think they're bringing some momentum in it, or DK's bringing some momentum into round 2 here. You just mentioned that arena factor. These guys used to playing in the comfort of their own home. They're playing in a live arena, staring straight across at their opponent. So that certainly will play a factor here. Oof. But the round 1 nerves are gone. We're into round 2. We're expecting the gameplay to elevate as the day goes on. The song can't get on the end of that one. There is Arthur now intercepted Brazil's chance, perhaps to attack. Here's Neymar left wing. But Korea Republic defending well for now. Intercepted back by Brazil. They get a chance, no. Defense holds strong.
More one-touch passing here from Korean Republic, but Arthur intercepts that one. Neymar Jr. is on. This is a real chance here for Brazil if they can get the cross in. The pass is there. The short passes seeming to be the way to get through to your opponent's goal in the mobile version of eFootball. You can certainly see the slight differences between the two versions based on what we've seen.
Yeah, Chris mentioned just the defense being a little bit more difficult on the mobile version, and, well, witnessing that India demolition over England in the first game proves that. 7 goals. There's a nice pass, but he's intercepted by Gabriel. We do have a few other games going on as well. England taking on Indonesia, Costa Rica taking on Spain, and Japan taking on India. Still 0-0, 30 minutes gone here in our featured match.
Yeah, we'll keep you posted if and when goals fly in. We'll hopefully bring you replays of those. But here's Son, he gets it towards his son. Son's trying to get on the end of that one. Danilo towards the goalkeeper, Bento. Can send that one back to the halfway line. But we do have some Korean pressure. But in the meantime, we're going to take you over here. It's Japan versus India. Manveer Singh. Oh my goodness, Manveer Singh is OP. Someone stop him. Meanwhile, it's Son, equally OP. Goal after goal here.
There's the main man for Korea Republic, Son. Makes it 1-0 over Brazil. Spoke about the importance of this match. Both nations looking for their first win here in the group. So we did just witness that goal by Indonesia over England, so more trouble for them as well.
India, not Indonesia. There's
Oh,
two
sorry.
right indeed.
Sorry,
Yeah, no, it is
Japan,
confusing.
Yep, great call.
It is confusing. Indonesia are up against England. I believe they're waiting to start, so a few tweaks to be made there. But yeah, India running well again.
Yeah,
Daniel will be...
he's making a name for himself
He
in
certainly
multiple
is.
esports, Daniel.
Yeah. There's a Venn diagram of people who got that joke. And you and I are part of that Venn diagram, which I'm very proud of.
Indeed, but a great start there for Korea Republic here. Brazil, ball's in their court now to bounce back. Here's Arthur. Can he create an attack? Possession so important, but Korea Republic looks set up well in that midfield. They're just playing quite narrow and blocking that centre.
Here's Hwang in bomb, gets it towards Myung Jae. Danilo has Ronnie in front of him. A couple of touches into the centre now. There is a pass there to Kuna, but it was intercepted by Kim Min Jae. So close, nearly there. And Korea can take some more control. 1 minute of extra time is going to go quickly. It has to be now if Korea has to double their lead going into the half. They're not able to, but I think that DK will take the 1-0 lead at the break.
Fantastic start for Korea Republic. DK. As we said, both sides looking for their first win. It looks like India might have got their second goal over Japan here, Cole.
Yeah, we're going to see the replay of that right now. It was Raheem Ali this time. He was through. Did he choose to pass? He didn't. Well, he passed it, but he passed it into the back of the net.
Played it safe.
India looking too strong for everybody they come up against. I'm looking forward to seeing Brazil and Korea Republic up against India a bit later on.
We talk about goal diff as well. That's 9 goals to 0 for India so far this tournament. It's not bad so far. Let's see if Brazil can equalise this. No, it's going to be
lovely.
Another great chance. There's the shot and there's the goal. Son again makes it 2.
A stunning strike there from Son Heung-min. Bends the ball back into the goal. I think it was from the outside of his boot. A perfect connection. The tackle in the centre, good strength. Son straight away, and then that outside of the boot, curving. A difficult skill to master. Not too many players in world football can achieve that one. Son, unfortunately for Brazil, is very much one of them. And 2-0 with less than a half left is a big deficit.
Just a superstar for Korea Republic. Off the instep, we are going to see a formation change now from Brazil.
That's a big statement. No tweaks, no player changes, just a straight-up formation change. And now we have some substitutions as well, so...
He's got to get more attacking now. 2 goals down. Has to go. Shorter format as well here in the mobile version, so there's no time to waste for Brazil. They need to find 2 goals at least to get back into this.
Yeah, it's a 4-1-2-3 that he's going to be looking to play, so straightforward down the centre, maybe long ball into the channels, and hope that the height of the strikers that they have, the skill of Neymar, and then Arthur just behind following up. There is a path for Brazil to get themselves some goals, but the defending from Korea Republic has been too strong up to this point. As substitutions do come in, Pedro has been brought on.
Over in our other match as well, Spain 1-0 Costa Rica. It's almost half-time there. Here goes Neymar. Brazil, can they get their first straight off the substitution? They will get a corner.
Positive changes.
Looking attacking off that substitution.
Yeah, just trying to keep hold of the ball a little bit more, the Brazilian players. Dribbling instead of making instant passes. Maybe identifying that Korean Republic are dealing with that fairly comfortably. This ball, will it be short? No, it's straight into the box. The chance of the head comes up. I think it was Richarlison. Couldn't quite connect. O.C. Hun can get that one back to the halfway line, but you know what? Brazil are going to launch another attack. Here's Bremer. It's down the middle. Pedro involved yet again. It's been an inspired substitution so far. If he can get on the score sheet. And there is time for Brazil to come back here. Korea on the counter, though, could be dangerous too. Here's Lee Myung-jae. Down onto the byline, just across into the centre. Son was waiting in the middle, but couldn't quite get that flick.
He really whipped that one in. But he will get the corner to perhaps make it 3. Let's see what they can do here, as he's just going to change up his kick up.
He's gone for a right footer instead of a left
swing it
footer.
back in.
Yeah, the in swinger is coming in. Not too many players forward, which makes sense when you have the lead, but it has found the head of a Korean player. Young Jae was on Neymar there. Pedro is through. Is anyone there in support of him? He needs players in front of him. He needs sprints. There's a ball at the middle. He doesn't look for it. Instead, he goes above to Richarlison. That wasn't the correct pass. I think a ball over the top might have been the play there.
Yeah, the Korean defense has been fantastic. Not only their attack, but there is space here for Brazil. Moving forward. Tries to cut back into the center. Finds Fred.
Lovely.
There's Neymar. It's a great chance on the head, but there it is again. The interception's coming through from Korea just at the right time. Every single time.
Danilo can get another attack going, but again, it's intercepted. Korea, they're reading all of these passes, and Son, who is getting tired, is always posing such a threat against them on the counter. He puts the ball in nearly there. Last-ditch tackle from Brazil. Both players having chances as we go into the last 18 minutes of this game. Here's Vega. Neymar Jr. gets it down onto the wing. More dribbling, more keeping hold of that ball. Seems to be the order of the day now for Brazil. Neymar wants to turn, he does. He spins his opponent, he puts it into the centre. Almost a shot there, hacked away, but CJ, what's the referee given? I think it's a free kick for Korea.
Yeah, I think he just stuck a foot in there at the wrong time. Brazil, they just couldn't get on the end of it inside the 6-yard box. And that might just be enough for Korea to hold on. They still have that 2-0 lead. There's still a bit of time left, but that's done really well just to stem the flow. As more substitutions come in. Fresh legs for Korea.
Yeah, I mean, Brazil will take heart from the way they've played after DK took that 2-goal lead for Korea Republic. Since then, Brazil have, I would say, shaded it. You know, they've looked the better team. I think the tweaks in play style might be something that we see from the start of games going forward, because using the width just that little bit more and searching into the middle has been effective. But there has been another big goal. Let's take a look over and see who it goes to. It's India trying to defend, but I see Japan on the attack, and I see Japan sniping the back of the net. Lovely finish and a good goal. So
a crucial time too to get there first. And we're 2-0 down there.
Still 24 minutes there as well for 1 goal needed. So it does go to show comebacks can happen, CJ.
And 14 minutes here for 2 goals for Brazil, though. There's not too much time left. Plenty of substitutions from both nations. That's just a poor pass down the line, intercepted easily by Korea. Here they are, just all they have to do now is keep possession, perhaps not make any big mistakes. And this round 2 match can be theirs. They can get their first win on the board, their first 3 points secured here at the FIFA World Cup. But there's another interception. Brazil, they have to go. They're trying to fire it into Pedro, throws it across to Neymar, but just caught behind the defender. Brazil maintaining possession.
Just
tired legs. Fred spreads it out wide. Here goes Danilo. He's trying to whip it into the box. He is. It's over. Oh, just intercepted, and Korea might just be able to work it out from the right back.
Yeah, I feel like all the neutrals want to see a Brazil goal here just to set up an interesting finish. Can it come? There is just about still time. If this ball goes in the box right now, nice passing. Pedro's there. He tries to find Neymar. 1 pass too many. Could Pedro have shot? Could he have gone for gold? Instead, they're going to have to do it all in these last 90 seconds. I don't think there's going to be enough time, even if Danilo can force something now.
Yep.
94 minutes is going to show up. And that will be that. Korea Republic get their win. Their first of the event. 3 points feels good.
They just got the job done early, did the damage early on in that match. And then from then on, it was Brazil chasing tail, trying to adjust their formation, getting more attacking, but they just couldn't break that Korean defense. Couldn't pick them apart. They do pick up their first 3 points here in round 2. That'll move them into 4 points in the group. Every win so crucial.
Yeah, it's a great performance there from Korea. After getting the 2 goals, played it perfectly, didn't overcommit, didn't surge men forward, you know, played the more disciplined game. It can be tempting to try and go for 3, especially after you see what Daniel was doing over in earlier games. And in this one as well, 3-1 up against Japan right now, or India. Must be tempting to try and score 5, 6, 7.
You can see Brazil as well, straight into replay analysis.
Love that.
We do love
Absolutely
seeing
love
that from the coach, from the manager.
We do have veracity with DK after that nervy victory.
DK, what a game that was that you had before you. The game before, however, you went 1-1 against none other than Japan. So between then and now, what kind of discussions did you have with your team?
So I think against Japan, I think I was kind of rushing in the first half. So after the match, we discussed to be more relaxed. Yeah. So that was the main point change after the game.
And is it as simple as just clicking your fingers and deciding, you know what, now I want to be relaxed? How do you actually do it?
It's not easy, but I'm just trying to be relaxed. Yeah, that's it.
Just trying your best and trying to power through the rest of the tournament. You know what, I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on you and seeing whether or not you're going to remain relaxed throughout. Let's go ahead and check in on the England versus Indonesia matchup.
Well, England were put to the sword earlier on by India, and now they come up against Indonesia, who won their first match. So this could be a tough one. What have they been saying in between then and now? What's changed in the last few minutes that's going to make this match different to the next one?
We can hear the roar coming from Costa Rica.
Another comeback.
Who has just equalised late against Spain there, 85th minute. Plenty of action happening here at the FIFA World Cup, but as we kick into this match, there were some tech issues, and it's going to be an early goal. Indonesia, 1-0 goal against England. They're falling apart again. It's 4 minutes in.
Mate, I'm not being funny. I don't think Giannis is going to like the sound of our voices, because every time we cut to England, it seems that terrible things happen. But for Indonesia, it is the dream start yet again. A headed finish, a lovely headed finish, the perfect cross. A game that's all about timing. When do you shoot? When do you pass? What are your choices? That was the perfect one. And look at that leap as well, CJ.
And that is 8 unanswered goals against England so far.
Are you keeping a running tally? Because
I indeed am.
I don't think you should.
I will keep an eye on it, but we do also have a replay now of the Spain-Costa Rica goal. This is the late equaliser from Costa Rica. You can see that beautiful pass, and it's a fantastic finish, far post. That makes it 2-2. Could be a handy point, a very well-earned point for Costa Rica if they're able to hold on to that draw. Still 1-0 for Indonesia here. England, can they get their first goal of the FIFA World Cup?
Indonesia dominating over on the console side of things, and now on the mobile trying to do the same, but they have to get this ball first. It's a nice pass out wide from for Alexander-Arnold. There's Ollie Watkins into the middle for Jared Bowen. It's closed down now, and now Kambuya has that one towards Ferdinand. Jude Bellingham trying to cover, just about does so, leaving some space in the centre for the Indonesian, but making sure the pass is blocked instead, which is smart play. Passive defending seems to be the order of the day, making sure that these through balls can't be made. That's good play from Gehi. Bellingham towards Alexander-Arnold. I would say that despite going a goal down, England see more of a match against Indonesia than they did against India earlier.
Don't speak too soon. Indonesia on the attack again, but it is nice defense this time, but they've just given it up in an awful spot. Indonesia looking for these close passes. This picked England apart last time with India. There's another turnover. Maybe a chance for the second goal for Indonesia, and it's going to be 2-0.
Once again, ruthless finishing from Indonesia. The English players passed the ball into trouble, but Indonesia didn't have to be offered twice. There was a chance to clear the ball here. Maybe just send that one off for a corner, do something with it, but putting it back in towards an Indonesian player's path is never a good idea. And the finishing that we've seen has just been sublime. Again, a little cut back onto his right foot. The skills you love to see. And then there was the strike. And Garuda Frank is looking like this will be his game.
Yeah, it took a bobble as well, but still classy enough to get the finish. It's just England, these costly turnovers, not able to really get any flow in their game at the moment. Indonesia looking very comfortable. So you can just see he's jockeying, waiting for the teammates to step up, and this is where they're looking so dangerous, just on the edge of the box, these close passes. Luke Shaw this time intercepts the Gallagher. That's a chance, but there's the intercept. How quickly Indonesia can turn defense into offense.
Yeah, they're reading everything that England are trying to do right now. England attempting to pass the ball out their own half. It's not working. They are getting some intercepts of their own. This is where they have to keep the ball, not force the issue. Chances will come. Gaps will emerge. You don't have to rush into things.
Just does feel like they're forcing it a touch. Perhaps some few back passes and just keeping possession could be the goal for England, but Indonesia, look at the passes around the box. That's luckily enough this time intercepted by England. England's defense holding strong, but 2-0 down, approaching half-time. This is another worrying start, and it could be 3 before too long. It's another great pass, and it's another fantastic finish. Make it 3 right on the 45th minute.
And that may well kill the game before half-time. The run was true, the pass was even better. A sweet, sweet arrow. This one here, watch the run up top. Number 17, sorry. He's through, past all the English defence. They stepped up, trying to play offside. They weren't able to. Indonesia show their quality one more time. Look at the timing, so close to offside.
Where on earth was Kyle Walker going, Cole? He just completely left his man.
That's how realistic e-football is, mate.
Incredibly realistic here, e-football, and right now it is just not happening. Day number 1 for England.
I mean, total shots 3, shots on target 3. How many goals?
Total goals conceded today, 10.
No, don't keep the countdown going. CJ, remove the number 10 from your mind, okay? I only think in
about
threes.
goals. It's all I can think about.
No, don't do that. All we care about, 3-0, half-time. He's only conceded 3 shots in the first half against Indonesia. That, to me, is...
Cole, he's 3 goals down. Let's not sugarcoat this one.
All right, mate.
Let's not try and cut any slack here.
Ah.
Indonesia, look at this. They're on the attack right off half-time. They want more. I want to perhaps take a leaf out of Daniel's book with the 7-goal start from him. There's more passes. Just look at the space that Indonesia have in this front half. Jenna now flicks it across. Oh, it's a fantastic through ball. Thought he could have got at the end. It could have been 4 there. England's defense, I mean, it's Swiss cheese at the moment, Cole. There's holes everywhere.
I blame Harry Kane again. Mark Gahey has the ball.
Cole, you can't blame Harry Kane for everything. This is defense we're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, it's mainly been defensively where the issues have been, because every time Indonesia come forward, they just seem to spot so many gaps. Kumbayaya is just waiting, picking his moment, showing such patience. I guess it's easy to do when you have a 3-goal lead. There are passes on here for Ollie Watkins, trying to take a leaf out of the Indonesian player's book and dance on that ball, keep hold of it for a few extra seconds, nearly. But the tackle comes in from Jenna. This one's Ferdinand. Through ball almost makes it through. Mark Gahey was on hand there to get that block. And now Jared Bowen, Ollie Watkins. There was a run maybe that the left back could have made. I think it's Luke Shaw who turned that one down. I want to see slightly more aggressive wing play from England. It's all very central when they come forward.
This is where they get stuck. Yeah, they're not quite finding those close passes that Indonesia are up the other end of the pitch. Still 3-0. 20 minutes gone in this second half. England yet to, I'll say it again, yet to score.
How many have they conceded?
10.
10, okay.
And there's another great chance to look at these passes this time. Intercepted, but how quickly did Indonesia just get the ball right back? So much space, front half play. There's another chance. Into the box, and there's the 4th goal. It's Indonesia again, it always has been. It's one-way traffic.
Calm down, says Marcelino Ferdinand. 4 goals, his team now to the good. Let's check this replay. So much space. There's the ball. Second time finish. We've seen that move a few times. The cut to the other foot. And the swift sweep into the bottom corner of the net. And Indonesia all smiles. They've come to Wembley. And they've taken away 3 big points.
Just a fantastic finesse finish.
Oh, no, sorry, we're playing in Indonesia, so they've come to Indonesia's home crowd. I couldn't tell you what that is. I'm sorry.
Lovely finish there, and Garuda Frank is just in flow state at the moment. More possession, another chance. This is where he's just done all this damage. He's turned him inside out and made it 5. Indonesia, Cole, unstoppable.
Now, I would ask you, CJ, how many unanswered is that? But I know that you can't count to 12, so you won't know the answer.
You said it, I didn't. England. Well, I don't know what to say from here, Cole. It has just been...
It's been a bad couple of days at the office, I think.
It's been a really tough couple of days for England.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they had 1 day's less rest than the Indonesians in game time. You know, they had to travel to Indonesia. Don't know how long that flight is. I'm guessing it's pretty long.
Yep.
Kyle Walker lost his luggage on the way. He had to wait.
Yeah, he's
in the
playing like he
hotel.
hasn't slept, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Is he-
yeah. Yeah, oh, Conor
He's
Gallagher.
getting toyed with. I mean, just look at this. Those passes. England. Maybe just the goal could do them a world of good, but Alexander-Arnold struggling to get it out.
Conor Gallagher's light wouldn't turn off in his hotel room, so he's had no sleep as well. So
Really?
it's been really, really tough preparation here for the England players.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
sounds like you're.
I mean, you must be wondering where Jordan Pickford is.
Yeah,
He
where is
actually, his goalie gloves didn't got them. He
arrive.
just left them. He went, I left them at home, didn't I? Left those.
such a shame for this.
And
England.
he did say to Ramsdale, hey, Rami, can I borrow your gloves? And Ramsdale was like, nah, they won't fit you, mate, so I'll play.
Yeah, he's actually only opts for the extra small gloves.
Yeah, Justin Pickford can't fit in them. So, you know, there's been a few issues.
Absolute chance here is this is going to be another clean sheet against England.
Hey, whoa, don't say that just yet. One more chance. Jared Bowen towards Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins,
Here it is!
93rd
Here
minute.
it
He's done
is!
this before! Yes! Come on! Giannis is celebrating too. CJ and I missed a high five in the celebrations.
I see it, but I don't believe it.
I turn to the English players, point to them. We love that. Yes, the little finger wag, Giannis.
First on the board, perhaps the first of many. Finally, it took until the 93rd minute. England get their first. It will still be Indonesia securing the 3 points here in round number 2.
Oh, what a turn. Things you love to see. The fairy tale run beginneth. Garuda Frank, he will be disgusted, genuinely speaking now, that he's lost his clean sheet with the last kick of the game. It's Indonesia 5, it's England 1. And that feels a whole lot better.
Great result there for Indonesia. And perhaps a bit of a positive there for England right at the end, Kyle, but we're going to throw it back to the desk to get all their thoughts of round 2.
Well, firstly, boys, I absolutely loved your commentary of that England game there, just telling us all the trials and tribulations of all the English players. No, on a serious note, though, incredible to get 1 goal for England. We're hoping it's the start of something special, but Indonesia just having a fabulous outing in round 2, 5-1 over that English side. As we just jump into some of the highlights from Japan taking on India. India again with a second win on the bounce.
He's absolutely cooking right now, looking so good. His denial doing really, really well. And again, another really close game here between Korea and Brazil. Back and forth. All these games have been super close, apart from the ones that England involved in. But we did score. I'm not sure if it's coming home, but we did score.
By England shocked now. This is the fairy tale run. It starts with 1, and they've got that 1. It's time.
Hell of a finish.
Exactly. I said we couldn't maybe liken it to floodgates. I'm saying maybe let's picture a dam. You've just taken a pebble out and the water's starting to trickle through. It is the start of something special to come. And India, 2 wins on 2 now, which is brilliant for them. Likewise for Indonesia, as we now turn our attention to this big matchup in round 3. Korea Republic taking on Spain. Well, Spain so far had a loss in round 1 and a draw in round 2. So what can they do in this 3rd round of fixture? They're warmed up now, so it's going to be an exciting matchup as we throw down to our casters to get this one underway.
Here we go, straight into round at number 3. No time wasted here at the FIFA E-World Cup featuring eFootball. Is Spain ready to go in this one? DK looking to get another win on the board.
Yeah, it's been huge performances from Korea Republic. 4 points from 2 games, a decent start. Won't be too disappointed by that. Against Spain, who have just got the 1 and a -1 goal difference. So trickier opening to proceedings for the Spanish.
Yeah, Spain sitting a point outside the top 4 at the moment. Obviously a long way to go here in the group stage. Spain, that was that late equaliser against Costa Rica in the 2nd round. The Costa, that could have been the first 3 points secured. Let's see if they can bounce back. Let's see if he can bounce back here.
Yeah, well, with Lamine Yamal on the ball, they'll be pretty confident. Here's Olmo, pushed into the centre for Morata. Straight away, Spain hit their first.
Mono's happy with that one. It's got to be 1-0. 1-0 to Spain. 2 minutes in to this round 3 matchup. DK coming off that win against Brazil in round 2. Thought he might have had a bit of momentum, but a strong start, and we do get the pause.
He has already seen something that he does not like. DK, has he? He's thinking about pausing the game. No, he'll just instead keep it played out. Oh, that was such a lovely ball from Yamal. Sweats the bottom corner. Morata's such a key player in eFootball for Spain. He is certainly their key figure. At every point they will look to feed him. And you can see why we're finishing like this. Swept into the bottom corner of the net. And DK, you can see the heart rate's there, just slightly higher than Mono VLC.
It's an 0-160. That's certainly right in the sweet spot, I'd say, for DK. Here is Son. Chance for Korea. Perhaps he can whip it into the box. He's going to run himself. There's a close pass to Son, and there's the equaliser, 1-1.
Spain just need to score a goal and then defend for a couple of minutes, because it seems every time they get on the scoreboard, they leave themselves wide open at the back. And it's definitely a tactical error the Spanish are making. Korea Republic straight in there. No emotion from DK. Instead, the heart rate going up, actually. So the pressure up despite that one. It was a great little run. Good decision-making.
And every time it's Young Min as well. Absolute superstar for Korea. Just see a lovely pass near post, keeper in. Also, it's actually got nutmeg there, straight through the legs.
I've been lucky enough to see Son play football in real life, and it's incredible. The speed he shows, you don't really get a sense from it when you're watching it on TV, and certainly when you're watching him in a video game. But when you see the man, he just swans about the pitch so simply as a tackle comes in. This one's going to go over the top towards, eventually, Son Heung-min. Rodri sweeps up. He cleans up here for Spain, but they give it away. Cheap turnover of possession right now. Will allow in Lee Myung-jae. Son Heung-min has the overlap on. He goes for it. Another ball from the wing, maybe. Last time they were in that position, Spain drove towards the byline and kept the ball low. And I think they thought about the same thing, but they made that decision too late.
Lamine Yamal just loses that header, and it's Korea on the attack again. There it is, though, Spain. In the back, there's that man just mentioned. Whips it across, Morata. Perhaps it's a great ball, actually, and the head over the top of the keeper. Makes it 2-1 to Spain.
Lamine Yamal and Alvaro Morata. These two are causing utter chaos in the Korean Republic defense. Every time he has the ball on the wing, Morata is looking up and is ready. Read the bounce. Assumed gambles on the defender missing.
What a ball from Yamal.
A brave header as well. And we have had a goal elsewhere too. They're flying in right now. Let's take a look. It's Costa Rica versus England. It's Costa Rica. Here's Joel Campbell towards Ugalde and then into the bottom corner of the net.
What was John Stones doing, I'll say, at Costa Rica, though, 1-0 there as Spain. Just going to talk things through. After that Morata goal, the Spanish superstar getting the second for Spain, getting the lead back against Korea. Once again, we do have 3 other matches going on here in round 3, so make sure you check them out, FIFA.gg, if you want to find your nation or supporting team. So much action here, Cole.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I do pretty much every Saturday at 3 p.m. I'm sat here, you know, I'm watching all the results flying in. I'm trying to watch as many goals as I possibly can, trying to take it all in. So, yeah, this is sort of feeling like it's close to home for me right now. We'll jump over to Costa Rica versus England is one game we can watch. We can also watch Indonesia versus India, if you would rather. We'll have a quick check on how England are getting on and then jump around the grounds.
I feel a bit England biased.
Yeah, I agree. Too much England.
I was going to say for good reason. It feels like the people's team after that first goal, but here we do have...
That makes a change. God, we've won over the people. England. I think normally the whole world wants to see us go out, so this feels quite nice to be a man of the people.
Did start feeling a little bad towards the end there, but we did get their first goal on the board. Here we have Indonesia taking on India. It is 1-0 to Indonesia. 24 minutes gone.
Interesting to see Daniel up against a player that can cause him some damage. It seems that he's been steamrolling everyone right now, but his Sananta all nearly in there. Pujari He goes long. India currently on 6 points. Indonesia also on 6 points.
Top of the table clash here.
A real battle of the heavyweights. You like to think that both these players will make it through. This may well be a grand final preview.
Very well could be, based on what we've witnessed from these two nations in the first 2 rounds. But here is Indonesia on the attack, looking to push forward in the attacking half. That's a great ball to the wing. Can't quite control it. India will get the ball back with the throw-in.
Yeah, Vickery, he almost had it under his spell, but he couldn't quite claim complete control. And such issues for Singh. Brandon Fernandez, I don't think that's the header he was looking for, but it's actually worked out perfectly for him up against Calvin Verdonk. That one's into the centre, so India slowing the game down, happy to take control, keep it in the centre. They know they're 1 goal behind, but not rushing just yet. Manveer Singh has the ball. He's scored so many goals already. Could be another one! Manveer Singh, how do you stop him?
The Indian superstar. It was 4 goals in the first round against England. And he gets the equaliser against Indonesia. It's the finesse, edge of the box finish, top bins. That's quality.
Yeah, 1 touch. He turns. You cannot give him, I wouldn't say that much space. He didn't have that much space. You can't give him any space. You can't do anything. Let's go and see what else is going on.
Let's have a look.
Costa Rica have just scored their 2nd against England.
Move on.
Round 3 is happening over here. I'm trying to get...
We apologise for Cole being in charge of this.
I'm desperately trying to get to Brazil-Japan, but I'm pretty sure I pressed all the buttons and...
They might be able to pull us back into Brazil taking on Japan, but this is the top of the table clash. This is, as you said, potentially the grand final. Still so much action to be played, though. Just a couple of rounds in. Here is Singh, the superstar. May as well be Ronaldo at this point. He is on fire. Indonesia with the ball back, though. Trying to work it through. Intercepted. Here goes Daniel. Fernandez looking to play the ball through. Ali throws it across. Singh, edge of the box. More close pass. This is where India gets to work. This is where Daniel gets to work, but it will be half-time. And we cannot split these 2 nations.
Yeah, really close. Really high-quality first half of football there. Not too many shots. Cancelling each other out to an extent. And as the half-time changes ring out, we are finally going to jump. I'll be honest, I asked production to do it because I was messing it up too much with the buttons that I have. But we can now see Japan versus Brazil. Japan, I mean, I would say normally one of the heavyweights. They certainly are on the console side of things, but the ball may be slightly different. It's